The Flowstone fix is finally here, and you can now do the Vault of Flames quest in Palia. Today I will be showing you the entire quest and what to do, how to complete it, and all the steps. It will be even going over the medallions and all the new bundles and everything. So this video will be chalked through of all of that information here today. I'm going to show you step by step on how to do it. So if you know how to do some parts, make sure to check the chapters in the video progress bar that you see on screen. So how you first start this quest is you get some mail in your mailbox at home. As long as you have completed the Vault of the Waves quest, you will get this mail in your mailbox as one of the main quests. This mail will tell you to go and talk to Hassian, and you go and have a conversation with Hassian about Tau. Basically, he wants to find out where his dog has been sneaking off to, so you have a look around the north of Bahari Bay for little mud trails and paw trails. So you're going to start this by the outskirts, so there's a fast travel there, and there's this big radius you get on the map of the area you have to search. So you grab a few mud piles, like you grab one from one opposite side to the other, and then you'll be heading pretty much inside to near where the Pavel mines are, but not quite in there yet. So keep following the trail. I think you have about 4 mud piles to pick up via this quest, and you continue going along. You go into this area where you often would come for Pallium or stuff like that, and you follow all the dog paws until you get to the ruins just outside the Pavel mine entranceway. Instead of going inside of the actual Pavel mines, you'll be going over the white marble and through the door that would have been locked a time ago, but now it's unlocked and you have a proper quest to do here, which is really awesome. This is the Vault of Flames quest area. But first, you must go and fix this flow battery to be able to open this door. To do this, you need to go ahead and talk to Sifu, who will talk about the batteries, and you have to collaborate with Zeki to be able to fix these batteries up. So you'll need to go and meet Zeki in the night market area because, a lot of things with flow is highly illegal with the order in this game. Once you talk to Zeki in the night market area, he will tell you what you need to do, and you actually need to go and pick up flowstones in the Pavel mines. And this is where a lot of people got stuck, because it was bugged, but they have hotfixed it now, so you should be able to pick up all the flowstones and continue on with your quest. So heading back to Bahari Bay, you go into the Pavel mines. The exit nearest the docks and water area will have one of the flowstones near the ruins, so you go ahead and pick that one up. Next one I went for was the one near the water, so you pretty much just come around the same area. It's on a stone just under the docks. You just go ahead and grab that, yoink. The next one, you need to go up the wooden stairs and you need to go into the deep looping area of the Pavel mines. You go past a barrel with a light on it and you go further into this looping section at the back, which you'd usually use to farm iron and stuff like that. But there is an opening and there is a couple of barrels where there is another flow rock that you can go ahead and pick up. Next one, you take the geyser up and you go into the very top of the Pavel mines. This is another, you'd go here to farm Palian root area, and you want to go straight in and fall a couple of levels to be able to get your hands on the high up flowstone. So you drop down and then you'll go ahead and drop down once again. And on that level, you should be able to find the flow rock by the drop-off point, which you go ahead and grab. And then the most up-to-date one that you saw around about the beginning that just got fixed because this was the bugged flowstone, you will find just outside of one of the exits, and it's usually by a little rock pile. And then once you got all of those, you'll be heading to Zeki's night market again because you want him to use these to fix the battery for you. He will tell you to go and meet up with Sifu after that, and you go ahead and talk to Sifu, and she's like, wow, the batteries, you've got them fixed, and you're going to go on an expedition with her and Hassian to the Vault of Flames. So you go back to that area where you found the dirt pile and you enter the ruins where you found the previous thing before that Tau was looking for, just outside of the Pavel mine exit. Once you're inside though, you'll be able to talk to both of the NPCs, Sifu and Hassian, and they will talk about the puzzles that you need to do in here. They kind of clue you in a bit and talk about the story with Tao. But the basic idea is you need to hit the braziers with a bow and arrows, so bring iron arrows. Or, well, you could just use really cheap arrows in this instance. If you hit the cauldrons in the exact order that I am going to, you will be able to unlock the door, which will give you a little cutscene, so I just shortened it up for you. I spent a little while doing this, but it's just pretty much just travel and try kind of thing. It will open the door, you'll get this really cool effect, amazing cinematic, woo! And then you will be allowed to enter into the big fiery vault of fire, and you'll be able to look at all the stuff inside here. Now, around this vault is plenty of lore and things to pick up and read, so I highly recommend doing that while you're here. But the main quest line when you enter this room is on the right-hand side. There will be a door on the right-hand side once you go around the circle a little bit, and you'll be able to find both NPCs just chilling around this area as well. I would highly recommend talking to them because they will clue you in on what you need to do. Or you could just listen to me and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Pretty much you talk to them and you go up the stairway where they're hanging out nearby, and you can enter into the door from there, which teleports you inside, which looks really odd, but that's fine. In this area, you'll need to interact with the Phoenix statue, how you kind of did with the Bahari Bay puzzle one. It's just a bigger version, and it would be worth talking to both NPCs to get the torch item that you need and more. Once you've interacted with the Phoenix statue and you've talked to Sifu, who will give you a torch, you go and light that torch on the brazier you have found in the exact same room. And then what you'll want to do is light the brazier by the door to open the door, and this will be a theme for the entire maze. And this maze is kind of like a slanting upway stairwell. I'd highly recommend going through the entire maze and exploring through it, because it has chests you can pick up in it and more lore and stuff like that, which you might find interesting to read whilst you're here. So you want to go through the maze. I can show you a direct route just to save you time, but highly recommend looking for chests and stuff. There will be a brazier in the maze you will want to light, because you're going to need to keep lighting up the brazier by the doorway to be able to continue. But you go through the maze, there's a climbing puzzle you need to do. So you need to climb up a little bit higher for you to be able to get to the doorway. Once you've collected your chest and stuff though, light the brazier by the doorway and it will open up into another maze, unfortunately for you. Or fortunately if you like mazes, I suppose. And you want to go through here. There's a little puzzle by the doorway that you need to break a rock to get into. Just to warn you there's a little bit of lore for you to look at there of what's happening in this area. I'll allow you to read that in your own time. Go ahead and grab the chests in the area, and then you're going to go throughout this maze. It's a really easy maze to do, to be honest. It's not that difficult, so you shouldn't get too lost in it, but I'll show you the whole route just in case you are having a little bit of trouble and all of that. But there's another brazier. You'll go ahead and light it. It's still on the left hand side of the room like the previous one was, and once you get to the part you need to be at, you'll be able to climb up and go up further in the room, because that's what you need to do generally on this whole puzzle thing here. And once you climb up, you'll have to do a thing where you go back and forth to get up to a higher point of the vault and the door. You open up the next room, and it kind of shows you a story on all of the doors, honestly. And you have the lava room, which can be a little bit difficult for some when it comes to, well, you know, parkouring around. My friend Charlie had some issues when trying to climb, and I had some issues as well, but just find the right points to, you know, throw yourself at, to be honest. Climb along carefully and take your time. Do not rush it. Otherwise, you know, rushing it's not going to work for you very well. And then you just jump from pillar to pillar and climb until you get to the other side. It's not too bad though, this room. I think the first bit's probably the worst bit, if I'm honest with you. It can be a bit pickly, but hopefully it will work out for you. You'll light your brazier, and then you'll crawl pretty much back to the other side. And you enter this room where you light the final brazier, all the torches go off. You can read a bit of lore here. And you can see that you have fully completed the puzzle from here when you read the doorway. And now you can pretty much just glide all the way back through to get back to the room where Hassian and Sifu were, because you are done here. Once you're back, Hassian will want to talk to you and you can conversate with him. And you get to talk about your findings and what happened in the maze. But pretty much from there, you'll need to go back to the big main fiery room. Once you're here like clockwork, you'll need to go around another bit of a semicircle. And there's this big area that you can have a look at with more shooting puzzles. So there's another shooting sequence here to open the next door. You can talk to Hassian first though before you do that, and he'll tell you all about it. Once you're finished talking with him, you want to do the puzzle in the order I'm showing. It's not too bad. It does require a little bit more running, this one, than the previous one. But you want to hit the far left one first, and then you want to go and head to the right side, run over to the right side. Then you want to hit the right left, and then you'll want to hit the right, and then you want to go back and hit the left right. Hopefully that made sense. Either way, you'll be able to see it in the video. And then from then on, you'll be able to go through the next stage and into the doorway. Once you go through this area, have a look around. You want to select the Phoenix statue and read it and talk to the NPCs again. And they're going to tell you that you pretty much need to make it over to the other side. Read a little runestone on the right hand side, and then what you want to do is you pretty much want to glide over. There is a invisible platform that you're going to be standing on that you can't see. So as long as you glide through the top of the stairs, you should be able to reach it. And well, the Kitsune's going to hide. Tao's going to be excited that you found him. I don't know how he glided over. He's a magical dog. But pretty much like the last puzzle, there'll be a Kitsuu kind of a puzzle thing that you need to fix. And I'll show you the way that I fixed it, so you can go ahead and fix it yourself if you're having trouble with it, in the exact order it goes in. Once you do that, you'll see the vault light up in the Temple of Night next to the Vault of Waves symbol, and you'll need to go over there and do the bundles. But before that, you watch the cinematic, you talk to Hassian, and he'll take you back wherever you want to go. Once that happens, go back to the place where you went to the Vault of Waves, but instead of the Vault of Waves, you're looking into the Fire Vault now. And you get to look at the different bundles, and these are quite expensive. Unfortunately, right now, you can't actually complete some of the bundles. The ones with the stuffed tomatoes, you cannot complete because there is no stuffed tomatoes in the game. Now, on the Discord, they say you use stuffed peppers, and I went ahead and did this. And I was like, right, I got stuffed peppers, I'll go and make them and see if it works. The peppers do not work for the door right now, although they did say they assume that the peppers are supposed to be the thing that works. But right now they don't. So you might want to consider getting on your pepper game if that's the case, or they might see about sticking tomatoes in the game, I don't know. But currently stuffed tomatoes do not exist, and yeah, that's a bit of a pain. I'll be making a video once it's all fixed going over how to get everything in the bundle like my last one. I'll make you a full guide on that. Once you've done that though, after some time, you should get another quest called the Vault of Flames. And this is how to get the fire medallion. So you're going to want to go ahead and talk to Gina. He will tell you about her experience with the fire medallion and where she found one. You do need to pay key attention to what she tells you, because she tells you that she found it by the statue garden in Bahari Bay. They don't give you a marker for this, so you need to kind of just remember what she tells you. So if you haven't, then here's your, reminder, and here's where to go. So once you get to Bahari Bay North, you go to the statue garden. There's like a little waterfall pond thing. In the middle, there is a symbol for the fire flame token you see. So you can see on the map, a little reference there. You're going to click on it for a clue. Now, I'm going to be really dead honest here. I would have not figured this out if it wasn't for the wiki. It was really hard to figure this out on my own. I probably spent an hour going around Bahari Bay trying to find what it meant. To find out, it's chests hidden around Bahari Bay in areas that don't really describe the puzzle at all. So I'm going to show you all the locations right now for a visual purpose. and where to get them. They're tiny little chests that look like the normal chests, and you're going to go around Bahari Bay, and there is like 4 or 5 of them. So the first one is by Beachcomber Cove. The next one you go down to the Pavel Mine, and you know that area you drop down and kind of get stuck in sometimes, where there is a hole in the vines behind it at the bottom. You go down, and you go down even further, and there is this weird pyramid room, but this has one of them in it with the chest. I'm wondering if this could be something in the future, but for now it is just one of the flame tokens that you go ahead and grab. The next one you could glide to from the lighthouse, or you could just climb up. We are by just the bottom of the lighthouse, really. There's these weird bridges that kind of stem out of Bahari Bay. This is the easiest way I could kind of show you this hidden one. I got on top and I went down. It's hidden behind a bush. It's really secretive, and it would have been really hard to find. There's a map location for you, Lighthouse Lagoon. You want to have a look there. The next one is also quite tricky, right on top of Thorny Thicket on pretty much the O for it. It's hidden by the waterfall under the roots. You should be able to glide over to it and go ahead and grab the box. And the last one's kind of near the statue garden. It is in the shipwreck, and I guess that's probably the closest clue I could have found for the other ones. But it's hidden under a boat in the corner of the map top right. And that is pretty much all the tokens you need. Once you got that, you go ahead and you complete the Emberseeker bundle. The other fire medallion, all 6 of them, 1 from Gina, and the rest of the 5 are from Bahari Bay all over, like I showed you. Once you complete this, it will give you a brazier to remind you of your times of when you went round the vault room. And then pretty much from there you can place it in your house. I'll show you what it looks like. Very nice and lovely. There we go, beautiful. And that's it pretty much. And for the rest of the bundles, I've only completed the bug one so far, and that gave me 3 supreme smoke bombs. So that's what that gives you. But that one's really easy to do, if I'm fair with you. I will be releasing a video all about them, of course, like I was saying, when the bundles are actually completable, and I can do a full entire guide on them. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, and yeah, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.